Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to the second week of February, which is the unofficial sealed blank cassette month. Today, since in the last video you voted on something, on me doing something more recent, more modern, so I'm doing a Maxell cassette once again from 2001. Now, if you look at the front, it really doesn't look like a Maxell cassette. It says Topvalu with some Japanese Topvalu UJ, high precise half, low noise, high output, pure and dynamic sound. And to be honest, it looks a lot like a Type 0. But it really is Maxell, because if you just turn it around, there it is, Maxell UJ90. Yeah, same with the other side. Maxell. On the top, Maxell. And on the spine, Maxell. If you look at the back, it's just a bunch of Japanese which I cannot read. If you folks in the, watchers can read this, pause the video, read it, let me know if you can read it. I'm just assuming this says 90 minutes because it says 90 JT or something like that. Anyway, so 90-minute cassette. Very nice looking, to be honest. Very 2001 that's all I can say. So yeah, UJ, Topvalu, high precise half, all that stuff. Honestly, I don't really have much to say about this because I can't read anything here. I don't know the history of this. I just know it's made by Maxell and it's made in 2001. And I literally have no other knowledge of this. So you know what? Let's just open it up and examine the cassette itself. Okay. Of course, it's the modern way of opening cassettes, the modern type of wrapper with just the open thing. However, inside it, there's still the old style of wrapper, so that's cool. I can take it off the proper way, the old way, really. I'm guessing this is just gonna be Maxell UR. It's rebranded. I don't know why they made it UJ. But hey, it's a very obscure cassette, and I respect that. Whoever Topvalu is must be some kind of brand. I should really do my research. If I'm able to find anything, I'll put it as like text on top of here right now. This wrapper is not... it's not going out. There you go, finally. Okay, extremely plain look. Maxell Topvalu UJ90. Again, high precise half, low noise, high output, pure and dynamic sound on here. A and B, of course, it is clear. And it seems it uses Maxell's hubs from the more or less 1988 era. I have a 1988 UR. Let me just grab it so I can compare the two. Yeah, so if you look at this 88 UR and this 2001 UJ, you can see that the hubs are pretty much exactly the same. Same with the reel holders, they're pretty much exactly the same as well. Although the one on the UJ is the more modern reel holder, which is found on like the XL2s from this era as well. So yeah, it's not this one exactly, but it is Maxell, absolutely Maxell, with the hubs, the reel holders, and of course the branding, the name Maxell. So yeah, definitely a Maxell cassette, the UJ90. So before we look at the cassette, let's check out the J card. So, Let's see. How can I do this? Okay, let's open this up. Take that out. Yeah, Maxell Topvalu UJ. The spine, oh, it's blue. Okay, A and B, UJ. Yeah, typical Maxell font there. You can see A, date, noise reduction, yes or no. This is, yeah, pretty much the font that Maxell uses for A and B on their J cards, on their normal J cards. So yeah, Topvalu at the top, UJ. If I open this up here, you can see that there are some very, very typical standard, basic, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, they are those stickers. And if you fold out this J card here, of course A and B on the other side with the whole thing just black and white. And I do recognize this figure over here, I'm sure you do as well, because this is Maxell's guide, of course, to the 5-second leader tape, cleaning leader tape. Yeah, so I memorized this already. So like the number 2, the A says there what side is about to begin if you play. Of course, this one is the head cleaning leader tape, and this is the 5-second indicator. And here it just says, yeah, you can rewind it with a pencil, although, you know, we use a Bic pen usually. And you can just punch the holes out, rather punch the write protect tabs out, so that, you know, so that you can preserve your recordings, although you can always use Scotch tape, but, you know, at least you have the reassurance that you can't accidentally do anything to it. Anyway, let's grab my Bic now, and actually let's look at the cassette itself first. So yeah, the whole thing is extremely light. Yeah, very, very light for a 90-minute cassette, absolutely. However, it has screws on the corners, which honestly surprised me, because, you know, usually around this time they would only make them sonically welded, especially for these what looks to be very budget cassettes. Yeah, they usually use sonically welded shells, so I'm surprised that they have screws. Yeah, and then I already talked about the text here. This one is all smooth, this whole thing, no oval or anything like the 1988. And this is a little bit rougher than this. Yeah, same just with side B. But here I noticed that the color of the cleaning leader tape is different. It's blue and white instead of red and white. So yeah, I'm surprised by that, honestly. So let's grab the Bic and let's just turn it. Okay. Yeah, very dark chocolatey brown. I'm guessing it's basically the same as the UR. Definitely not old stock 1988 UR, because the 1988 UR is definitely a lot darker than this, almost black, I think. From what I can remember at least. You know what? Let's grab the 88 and let's wind it as well, just to make sure I'm saying this correctly. And yeah, I was right. The 88 is much darker than the UJ. So it's definitely not old stock 1988 Maxell UR. The color, the type of brown, the shades of brown is definitely very reminiscent of today's Maxell URs. Although I'm not 100% sure about whether it actually is a modern Maxell UR. So yeah, that's about it for the little overview of this cassette. And now I suppose let's get into the audio test. Okay, folks, so welcome back to my little hi-fi setup. And now I am going to begin testing the Maxell UJ. So the song we'll be using, actually first let me allow my Pioneer TD7 to auto-calibrate this just for a moment. So the track that we'll be using is from the YouTube audio library again. It's another blues track. It's called Red Eye by Ease Jammy Jams. Funny name for a music maker. Anyway, definitely is a jammy jam, albeit a slow one. And it's 4 minutes, and my Tascam is already plugged into the output. So yeah, let's just begin right now. Well, yeah, that is about it for the audio test, and it is basically just as I expected. Sounds pretty much like your ordinary Maxell UR. I set the song to peak at +1, I think, or +0.5, and yeah, the tape did do that properly. It did peak around there, and just as I expected as well, the highs are not very high, but the lows are definitely very low. The kind of bassy, low frequency organ, especially on the tape, I noticed it was like a little bit louder than the actual organ on the source, and that's because, of course, the Type 1 formulation it favors low frequencies more than high ones. And yeah, that's about it really. Pretty much your standard UR. So yeah, let's get into the outro. So, what do I think about this cassette? Well, to be honest, I'll just say that my expectations were absolutely confirmed by the audio test. Um, yeah, it's basically your usual UR. Nothing special, not too good, not too good to be considered remarkable, but not too bad to be considered a Type 0. So it's just your normal ferric from, from this time period. Really nothing else to talk about here. But yeah. So I don't really have much else to say right now. But I guess I should say like some announcements, I suppose. So I got more film, and I will be sending them to the developers nearby very soon. Yeah. I currently have 5 roles which I'm going to be developing. Not me, of course, the developers locally. Yeah, they have really good developing things actually. It's more or less on average it's about $8 for scanned and developed with 20 megapixel scans as well, which is great. Plus $4 shipping if you want all the negatives shipped back to you, which is really great. Anyway, um, yeah, 2 of those rolls, which among the 5, are actually expired. From 1999. I just wanted to experience it and experiment with that stuff. So yeah, let's just see how that turns out. In March when I unofficially do film month, I suppose. Yeah. So so tomorrow, Monday, is February 14, Valentine's Day. Just like every other day, every other year in the past, I do not have a a Valentine, and honestly, I don't really care at the moment. My number one priority is absolutely still my studies and my job. But most importantly, my studies. 'Cause I'm still studying, so yeah. But I I I don't know, man. Like, it's it's sometimes, since like my life is so busy and so stressful and so convoluted. Sometimes I think like what's it like to you know have somebody on Valentine's Day. I don't know, man. I don't know. Um yeah, I honestly envy those more ordinary students in my school who are, somehow just carefree and always enjoy their lives. But nonetheless, I know that, I have to study, I have to do good and all that. So, yeah, my eyes are still focused on graduating with a good grades, hopefully. Anyway, that's just a little tangent there. Thank you very much once again for all of your support, for all of your subscriptions, for all of your viewership. Yeah, hopefully by 2022, by the end of this year, I get to 1,000 subscribers. That is my goal. Because it's really really interesting. It's really cool to see that, like, if ever I get 1,000, um, yeah, like, yeah, it's cool. It's very nice to see that at the moment, like 180, 190 people like my content. That's a lot of people. If you're in a room and you're like presenting something to 190 people who all like what you do, it's really really something. But anyway, yeah, that's my goal for this year. 1,000 subscribers. Starting maybe next week or next week, I will be experimenting with a brand new video editing style. In this video editing style, there's gonna be it's gonna be a lot higher quality, and I'm gonna do my best to make this type of video, like all of these videos, look a lot more professional than the current very bare bones stuff that they are right now. So yeah, probably next week or 2 weeks from now I will be trying that out. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of next week, I will be doing a Maxell UD1 from 1992 or 5, I'm not sure. Yeah, but it's from the 90s and it's a Maxell UD1. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you so much for all of your support. You can check out a playlist of all of my cassette videos up here in the corner. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.